Monsters are real. They live inside of us. Scary stories, movie reviews, folklore from around the world. You're listening to the Library of Horror podcast.
Welcome back, Library of Horrors fans. We are on episode 20 today.
Woo, big 2-0.
Big 2-0. And today we're going to be doing the July trailers.
Just in case you forgot, this is Frishta, and this is William, and this is the podcast where we talk about horror, trailers, news.
Don't you think after 20 episodes they know who we are now?
For everyone that's a brand new listener, it's always important to remind them or to introduce ourselves. It's just a good habit to have.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And today we are doing trailers.
Yep.
Trailers for the month of Hot July.
I already said that.
Hot. And at the end of the episode, when we usually do our scary stories,
We have a very, very special guest today.
yeah,
It is Rainer Lewington, and he has a YouTube page, so you guys should go and follow him. But he's done something really cool, and he wants to collab with us. And basically, he is a horror author. He does his own stories, some true, some false. But I asked him if he wanted to collab, and he was so awesome about it. He said, yeah, he'd love to. And this particular story is a true story, so
based on a true story or a true story?
it's a true story.
Oh.
Yeah. So we will have a little card on the top where you guys can go and follow him if you guys want. Check his stuff out. And thank you, Rainer. We appreciate it.
Looking very forward to hearing that scary story.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So let's get started. So this month is not as packed as it was last month. I guess no one really wants to deal with big Hollywood blockbusters. I mean, when you get competition like Transformers, Spider-Man, and Wonder Woman, I mean, and you're a little low budget horror movie, you don't stand a chance really. So I understand why there's slim pickings again this month. Slim pickings. And it's hot. It's hot too. Why would I want to go to a theater and get scared and sweat more out of fear? No, I'm sweating enough just from the heat. So, a lot of limited releases this month. Total of 6 movies coming out. The first one we have is coming out July 14th, The Possession of Janet Moses.
Is this limited release?
This is a limited release.
Yeah.
Yes, it is by NZ Film and KHF Media.
This one's the one about the nun, right?
None.
Not a nun?
There's no nuns anywhere in any of these trailers that you saw.
Never mind.
What? I told you to pay attention,
I was
and I
thinking
look
about
back,
something
and you're
else.
on your phone.
I wasn't!
Directed by David Stubbs. Go ahead, tell us about this
No,
movie.
you're being mean.
Tell me about the movie that you saw.
Can you say you're sorry?
I'm sorry you weren't paying attention.
I thought I heard nun. I think I was thinking of another trailer where the nun gets possessed and then they're looking for her killer. So, anyways, but I'm not sure what that was. But that was probably just like a preview or something.
So, it is based on a true story, as a true story that actually happened to a New Zealand mother who actually died during an exorcism.
Yeah.
News reported.
It just looked like a lot of craziness.
It was done in the style of interviews with the family. So they would sit down, and these are the actors pretending to be the real life family.
Are you sure?
Yeah, that wasn't the real family.
Okay.
It was done from the family's perspective. They would sit them down and interview them, and then they would play clips of what was going on during the exorcism. Mm-hmm. And yes, it did look like a lot of insanity, just a lot of panic. This is what happens when you trust regular people to do an exorcism. She had her whole family come over. It was like a family reunion, but they were doing an exorcism for her. Mm-hmm. And all screaming, all yelling, a lot panicking. Oh my God, she's possessed! They clearly had no idea what they were doing. They were panicked. They were fearful. It just looked like a nonsense.
Yeah.
I believe it is a true story though, because people are pretty dumb.
You're so dumb.
And they really would botch up an exorcism and kill their own.
What if she really was possessed?
You know, from the trailer that we saw, it didn't look like she was possessed.
What do you think was wrong with her then?
She maybe had some kind of illness.
Oh my God.
Sick, but I mean, there were no physical signs of an exorcism.
Do you believe in exorcisms?
I mean, they happen. People perform exorcisms. Of course, I believe them because people perform them.
Do you believe people can get possessed?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
You do?
Oh yeah.
Anyways.
By rage.
So you don't believe in exorcisms then? You don't believe in people can get possessed?
You're asking me two entirely different
You
questions.
know what I
right now.
mean? Don't be a dumbass. You know what I mean?
You know, when we start recording this live on television, on actual cameras,
I'm gonna
people are
punch
going
you.
to see you hit me every time. They don't know it because it's all audio. But they're gonna when we start recording this live, they're gonna see it and see how abusive you are.
Can you answer the question?
So, what did you think of the trailer? Because that's
Wait.
what we're discussing.
So you don't believe in possessions?
I believe in possessions.
So your dog gets possessed every night. You don't believe that?
She doesn't get possessed every
Yeah,
night.
she does. What do you think happens to her then?
She sleeps like everybody else.
No, she doesn't. She starts seeing things. Anyways, the trailer, a lot of commotion.
My blind dog starts to see again. What a miracle.
It was I don't know. I don't really have any feelings about it. I don't want to watch it though. I don't know. I'm kind of over possessions. I've been over possessions for the last 10 years. Ever since the last Emily Rose, or the last exorcism film of Emily Rose, I stopped watching them.
Go on.
It was it was more than 7 years ago. It was a while ago. But after that, every other exorcism movie that came out, I just didn't want to watch it. I don't know. It's kind of the same thing over and over again. You know, tongues and screaming and hitting yourself on walls, and it's kind of just disturbing because I strongly believe in those kind of stuff. So I don't know. I just get disturbed, and I just don't want to. Are you listening to me?
I am listening to you.
You're like looking at your dog.
She's sleeping peacefully.
Do I need to do this podcast by myself?
You got this. Go on. Let's see how well you pay attention.
Pass.
Pass.
Next one.
Next one. All right.
You don't need to mimic me.
I don't need to mimic you. The next one is Wish Upon,
This
coming
looks-
out July 14th, same day as Possession of Janet Moses. So you're given a choice here to see two different movies, and we'll get into that in a second. Directed by John Leonetti, running time of 1 hour and 29 minutes, and starring Joey King. Broad Green Pictures. That's probably wrong. Yeah, that's right. And Busted Shark. This is actually a wide release film, so it's in all theaters.
Mm-hmm.
And do you remember what this is about?
Yeah, this looks stupid. I've seen this trailer a couple times already.
Was this the one about the priest?
Shut up. The dumb box and how she gets everything she wants. I don't know, it just look boring.
So the general synopsis is a teenage girl finds a magic box that grants her 7 wishes. And what does the girl do? Pretty much
7?
what every teenage girl you expect to do. Wish for popularity, wish for boys, wish for money, wish for death to her enemies. It's very predictable. And yes,
I like the concept. I think the box was a cool idea.
I mean, we had Wishmaster for that 20 years ago.
Yeah, I don't know. And then the one friend who's probably into all this stuff tells her, "Hey, your box is possessed." Like, I feel like that's gonna happen. And
Why is there always
I don't know.
one in every teenage horror movie
there's
about
all one
magical
person.
artifacts? There's always one nerdy teenager that's like, I have all the answers to everything because I
Yeah.
researched it.
I did this research. Oh my god, that's so annoying. I hate when they do that.
They explain the whole plot line to the main character.
I just thought of the show Scream.
Mm-hmm.
When Noah,
Noah.
he's the one who knows everything, and he does it on his podcast.
Well,
and-
he does
Ugh.
all the rules for surviving horror.
Yeah, it's so annoying, and I'm just like, dude, like, why is there always that one kid, and he does all the research and whatever.
He has his own theme music too. Whenever he gets into his spiel about how things are working out, he stops in the middle of the episode and explains the plot.
I like that show. Too, I don't think it's coming back though.
Yeah, the second season didn't do so well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright.
There was a cute scene when they're showing different wishes that the girl's making, and there's one scene that I thought was adorable. It shows their dog, a golden retriever, standing in front of the magic wish box, staring at it. I'm like, oh my god, the dog's gonna make a wish. What could a dog possibly wish for?
More bones.
More bones. Wet food. No more. I never want to eat dry food. I want nothing but wet food.
I want
for the
nothing
rest of
but
my life.
chicken for the rest of
Nothing
my
but
life.
chicken.
Fresh
Yep.
chicken.
I want that cat from across the street to fucking die.
Oh my god. Alright. Pass.
Pass. Yeah, it looks predictable. It doesn't look scary.
Yeah.
Twist is there's a demon in the magic box.
Yeah. You told us everything in the trailer. What's the point of watching it?
Just to see what happens in the actual movie.
But everything's in the trailer already.
I guess. Yeah, that's the problem with some trailers. Sometimes they give away too much.
Mm-hmm.
And you gotta know what to spoil and what not to spoil. And they basically told us the whole movie. So the next one. So given a choice between Possession of Janet Moses and Wish Upon, coming out July 14th, I'd just save my money.
Me too.
The next one. The Gracefield Incident, coming July 21st.
Oh my god.
With a running time of 1 hour and 29 minutes. Directed by Matthew Rathé. I can't pronounce it. Here's the funny thing: he's directing it, and he's also starring in it.
Mm-hmm.
By Momentum Pictures, a limited release, but then coming to video on demand pretty much right after.
Okay.
There's something to be said about when you star and direct in your own movie. That's kind of egotistical. I mean, how do you direct yourself?
You don't.
Like, all right,
I know what to do.
end scene. You did a great job, myself.
Mm-hmm.
Wonderful. Don't change the thing.
It was a handheld movie, so handheld camera.
One of those point of view style videos. But there's a slight twist to this already dead genre.
Yeah.
Yeah, the guy put a camera in his own prosthetic eye. That's the twist.
Mm-hmm.
So it literally is point of view as opposed to handheld camera.
Yeah.
It didn't help the movie much, though.
It didn't. I mean, it was just teenagers, like what, at a cabin or some shit like that.
They seemed like grown ass adults. They didn't seem like teenagers.
Adults drinking, partying. Then all hell breaks loose because something appears on this, this place that they're at. Running around, screaming, a lot of gore.
I didn't see any gore.
I don't know, a lot of killing, people dying.
Did you not see the aliens that invaded?
Yeah, I saw the damn aliens. That's why I didn't want to give it away, but whatever, something happened.
It's in the trailer.
I say pass. It looks stupid. I'm sorry, guys. I all for indie films, but this has been done so many times. Like, come on. Like, I get the whole alien thing is new, but everything else has been done, and it's just like...
That's not true. Cloverfield did aliens with their point of view movie.
I haven't seen it, so...
A lot better than this one.
Yeah.
The CGI was so bad.
On Cloverfield or on this?
No, this movie. The CGI in Gracefield Incident. And this is a limited. Thank God it's limited. The CGI is so bad, I would actually compare it to Transmorphers. Remember that movie?
Oh my goodness, you're ridiculous.
The cheap ripoff of Transformers. Mm-hmm. I can't say it right now. I'm so stuck on Transmorphers. No, it's a definite pass. It just looks bad.
Yeah.
Pass.
Right, next.
Yeah. Next we have coming July 21st, the same day as Gracefield Incident. We have Awaken the Shadow Man.
Oh man.
With a running time of 1 hour and 23 minutes, limited engagement also, and then right to video on demand on the 25th. So you can pay to see this the week before, or you could just pay much less to see it on video on demand. And it's directed by J.S. Wilson, starring James Zimbardi, and produced by Gravitas Ventures.
So this one looks kind of scary. It looks kind of cool. I said that it's based on like true events or something like that. I've never heard of the Shadow People.
It's the trailer says based on real phenomena, and what it's referring to is the Shadow Men, which is they've gained a lot of popularity and notoriety recently, and they're something people claim to see during sleep paralysis. So it's another one of the creatures of sleep paralysis. Up there with the old hag, Pontefuce.
Yeah, he looked pretty scary.
Yeah, I gotta say they did a decent job with the way it looked. I mean, not when it first showed up, but when it started moving, then it was creepy.
Yeah, it looked creepy. It was huge. It looked like an alien and long, creepy arms. It looked okay. I honestly didn't. I got hooked when I saw the shadow person, and I was like, oh wow, that's creepy. But then everything else kind of just looked whatever.
Yeah, the trailer was kind of confusing, and it just seemed like a lot of plot points kind of go around. There was a cult involved, shadow people.
Yeah.
Something about a baby.
I'm not really sure what's going on, to be honest. I don't know. I don't know what was going on.
Yeah, the trailer didn't do a very good job of explaining what this movie's about, other than there's some kind of crazy shadow person.
Yeah, and some baby's getting abducted, and the mom is possessed, and then there's a cult thing going on, and...
Pretty much what I said.
Yeah. Pass.
Really? Not even after you saw that cool shadow person?
Alright, maybe.
Maybe.
Okay, next.
Instead of Shadow Man, I think it would have been better if it did the Hat Man, which... Never mind, let's not get into it. Yeah, pass. Pass. Alright. And coming out also July 21st, so we got 3 horror movies all dropping the same day. Really great idea, guys. We have Kuso, directed by Steve Ellison, another limited release movie. And this movie came out at Sundance, premiered at Sundance, and was considered so gross. They had tons of walkouts. People, like literally crowds of people walked out of this movie because of how disgusting it was and how offensive. Mostly gross. I think I saw a tagline that said "grossest movie of all time."
Mm-hmm.
Now,
I don't really have anything to say about this film, and I don't really want to talk about it because it just looks stupid. I'm just gonna say pass.
it looks interesting. I want to see more. You know, another very famous cult classic movie had tons of their audience members walk out of the theater.
Oh my God, would you get
when it
off
first
of
premiered.
Evil Dead? Like, are you? This is all you talk about in every podcast is Evil Dead, Evil Dead, Evil Dead, Evil Dead 2, Evil Dead, Evil Dead, and Evil Dead 2. That's basically you.
It's mostly Evil Dead.
We should make a complete like segment of just you and how many times you've mentioned Evil Dead.
I mean, we could take count. I'm okay with that. I mean, it's a great movie. It
Anyways,
is
this
is the scale by which I judge all horror movies by.
We're talking about this film, not Evil Dead.
I'm just saying, that is a good sign when you make your audience get up and leave.
Not if it's nasty.
I mean, if it's a comedy movie and you got people leaving, then that's a bad sign. But if it's a horror movie and audience members are leaving, that I think you're doing your job.
I'm not really into like gore stuff. I don't like it.
It looked interesting. The colors were nice.
You like that
the music,
stuff.
Yeah, I like.
You like gore. You like blood and dripping and like disgustingness.
Yeah.
You like it. You enjoy it. I don't. I just think it's gross and I don't want to see this. Like that's how I feel. I just think it's tactless. Like I don't know. I just don't think that's very easy to do.
And it seemed pretty funny too. There's this one, the opening scene. I guess it takes place after a very large scale earthquake. And one of the newscasters is like, "This is my favorite earthquake. All my enemies are dead." I thought that was hilarious. It is a go. If you don't see it in theaters,
It's a pass for me.
see it on video on demand. You'll save a bunch of money. See it from the confines of your couch.
I didn't even know it was one of our trailers as we were watching it. I was like, William, seriously, be serious. Why aren't you staying focused? We're supposed to watch horror trailers. And he's like, I am focused. This is a trailer. I'm like, no, it's not. I'm like, this is a comedy. He's like, no, this is a trailer. I'm like, oh, whoops.
Be serious. Seriously, be serious.
Anyways, go on.
I'm going to use that.
Be quiet.
All right.
Next.
Go. Video on demand.
Pass.
Oh, no, I don't think it's on video on demand. Go pay money to see this.
Pass.
Go.
Don't do it.
All right, next. It's limited, so.
Go to the next one.
Son of a monkey. July 28th. It Stains the Sands Red.
Oh my god.
Directed by Colin Minihan.
This looked like a comedy.
It looks slightly like a comedy. Limited release also, so you have a tough time finding a theater that's going to be playing it. And it's set in a post-apocalyptic world, and it follows the journey of one zombie trying to eat a blonde bimbo.
Yeah.
That's not exactly what it's about, but
That's what. I feel so negative this week. Everything we've watched, I've said no to pretty much.
you say that every week, pretty much.
I know. I feel negative. I feel bad, but it's just
Every
like,
time we do trailers, I hate this. I hate this. No, I don't want to see this.
maybe I should change my perspective a bit.
Yeah, seriously, serious.
What?
You gotta get into this.
Why am I into this? What are you talking about? Did you just want to use the seriously part?
Yeah, I'm gonna keep this podcast running as long as I can because the second the second this turns off, you're gonna beat me.
I say pass. It looked just so comedic and dumb.
It looks funny. I mean, it's a helpless blonde that gets followed around by one zombie. One zombie. It can't be that hard to kill one zombie.
I don't know how the zombie hasn't eaten her yet. That's what I'm confused about.
I think it's funny.
But it's not horror.
It's horror. It's zombies. It's horror right there.
Pass.
Go. Go see it.
Go. Have fun watching it.
I will.
I don't know. This week was so bad.
This what?
This month was so bad.
It's a tough month. Again, you're running against competition from big.
Yes, we heard you the first
Blockbusters.
time. Anyways, so that's it for today, or this week. Happy 4th of July. The next day is 4th of July.
Woo! Fireworks.
Be safe.
Be nice to your animals. They're dogs and cats are fearful of fireworks. Take care of them. Lock them up. You don't want to lose them.
Yes. And here comes Rainer Lewington
with this week's scary story.
Good evening. My name is Rainer Lewington. I am a dark fiction author, as I believe they mentioned before, and I write horror usually. However, there is always a bit of truth hidden away in my stories, no matter how minute or impossible it may seem at first. And today, I will share with you a personal, horrific experience of mine that I still try and grapple with to this day. This story is simply called sleep paralysis to describe what it was that I went through, or what I believe, rather, that I went through, and I hope you enjoy. I never really talked much about this experience, as I never felt that many people would believe me if I ever told them the truth. I admit to having hallucinations frequently, and I do admit to hearing voices occasionally, but they were nothing like this. This happened to me about 5 years ago. Most people don't believe that this is possible, but there is some truth to the experience. People sometimes undergo a condition where they fall into a light sleep, but end up waking during the phase of sleep where your body freezes itself into place and awake in a condition known as sleep paralysis. Many people report experiencing strange phenomena whenever they awake during sleep paralysis, and I was no different. During a night where I had very little sleep, I woke up for some reason because I was incapable of movement. It was the first time I had ever woken during sleep paralysis, but it was an experience I surely wouldn't forget. At the foot of my bed was a large, dark, humanoid figure. Its eyes were a piercing metallic red. Its face looked like a rotten and mistreated stuffed animal with razor-sharp teeth. Its body was the color of pure darkness and reflected the light that seeped in through my window. In its left hand, it held a large cleaver. Slowly, with a wide smile spread across its hideous face, the figure floated over towards me, its feet never touching the ground. Its grisly maw opened slowly, mouthing out the words it had for me carefully. Its voice was cold and metallic, almost like the sound of shredding sheet metal. Don't move. As much as I wanted to flee or cower in fear, I was incapable of movement. I was even incapable of tears. I wanted to cry out to someone, anyone for help, but I could only make out mere whispers. My eyes, however, were fully capable of movement, and I could clearly see this monster that loomed over me. It lowered its face within just a few inches of mine, and had its arm raised with a cleaver in hand above my head. I wanted to be anywhere, even in the pits of hell, just so I would be free of the suspense of having this hideous entity hovering over me. It spoke to me again. Count 3. I closed my eyes and slowly began to count to 3. I could feel the breath of the figure above my forehead, warm and moist. I sounded off the first number. 1. I readied myself to say 2, but I felt the figure's breath coming closer. I wanted to do anything but to lay in my bed powerless to this being. 2! I cried out to the monster and felt it grow even closer. I opened one of my eyes and gazed deeply into the soulless stare of the entity that was poised on taking my life. Its open maw was close enough to sink its jagged teeth into my face. It grew impatient, waiting on its kill, and commanded me to continue. Do it! It shouted as I closed my eyes again in fear. I spoke aloud once more. 3! I waited in my bed for 5 long minutes, hoping that it had already killed me, that the suspense was over. It didn't matter to me whether I was in heaven or hell, just as long as it was over. Surprisingly to me that night, it was neither. After I opened my eyes, I realized that I was not dead, and that I was fully capable of movement again. I never experienced something like this ever since that night, and that night was one of the last nights I ever had a dream, nightmare, or horrific occurrence such as that. Since then, I have come to the conclusion for myself that the figure was likely a hallucination, made up by my own mind. Some may say that it was a ghost or a demon, and I won't deny their claims, but I can't accept them as fact. No matter what I saw that night, I hope I never see it again. That concludes the story. However, there is one detail I always leave out. When I awoke the next morning, I found the closet door just in front of my bedroom and just in front of my bed, hanging agape with the door broken off of its hinges. I always close the closet door before I head to sleep, not out of fear, but simply out of habit. I always close that door just to be sure that everything in my room is tidy and neat exactly how I left it. But the door itself was broken off of its hinges and just dangling by one of the broken screws that it was on. I never figured out what it was I saw that night, and frankly, part of me does not want to know. All I know now is that I have never had an experience like this since then, and I sincerely hope that myself nor anyone else has to experience something like this ever again.
Hope you guys enjoyed that scary story. That was scary.
That was
So,
scary.
once again, make sure you hit that subscribe button if you guys like what you're hearing. We come back weekly every Monday or Sunday, Monday, whichever days we release. And leave us a comment.
And don't forget to follow Rainer on his channel.
Yes.
Yes.
He's a narrator, storyteller, horror writer. All in all, good kind of fella.
Good kind of fella, yes. Follow his channel. Subscribe.
Yes.
Yes. And then for all of you that came just to hear Rainer's voice,
Subscribe to our
subscribe
channel.
to our channel. Yeah.
Yeah. Watch
Yeah.
our animation videos or behind the scenes and our podcasts.
And then an update to all those that are waiting patiently. We just finished the animation for our next episode, and it's in the sound editing process.
And we should be done in like 4 days.
4 days, woo!
Yeah.
Yeah, let's not give an exact date, but soon.
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 Very soon.
Very soon.
And check out our website at www.libraryofhorrors.com, our Instagram at Library of Horror, our Twitter at Library Horror. It'll all be in the link below, so check us out and tell your friends.
Yeah, seriously, serious. Subscribe.
You're so annoying, you jerk. Bye, guys. Catch you later.
Bye.